Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We have some new information about PGA Tour 2K21. This morning, we got a brand new trailer. We got a release date. We found out who the cover athlete is. We also got some additional information via the website. We're going to be diving into all of it today. Just in case you haven't seen it yet, I'm just going to play the trailer out that we got. It's 1 minute and 39 seconds. Once it gets done, I'll go through it step by step, see what's changed, see what to look forward to, and give my thoughts and impressions on it. So let's jump in to the trailer. Starting out here for PGA Tour 2K21 that was dropped this morning. Let's check it out.
Circle, everybody step back. I heard somebody yell. Savage when the chorus yells. I'm moving like it. Stop, roll back, get up there, let me see it. Oh, shit. I'm moving like it. Stop, roll back, get up there, let me see it. Now drop it low and let me see your hips. Now to the flow, now let me see your hips. Now drop it low and let me see your hips. Down to the flow, now let me see your hips. Oh, shit, I'm moving like it. Stop, roll back, get up there, let me see your hips. Oh, shit, I'm moving like it. Stop, roll back, get up there, let me see your hips.
All right, there we have it. That is the new trailer that was dropped today for PGA Tour 2K21. First impressions after seeing the trailer, I was like, it looks pretty good. Now, just a little bit of a disclaimer. If you're new here, if you don't know, maybe you don't know, this is not a new IP at all. This game has 3 previous iterations called the Golf Club. What happened was 2 years ago, 2K and HB Studios, the team behind the Golf Club, paired up with 2K being the publisher of the game. HB Studios still developing it. So this isn't a new IP. This has actually been around for some time. So a lot of the things that you see here have been things that have been worked on for years. But let's just go through them. We'll just go through this step by step, see what they have added to the game, see what has changed. Let's get started here. All right, first frame. I love how it says the next sports franchise. I'm sure this is just... I'm looking through the comments of this video and on Twitter. It seems that people had no idea that the Golf Club even existed, which isn't surprising. The Golf Club was a very niche game, for sure. And that's what we were hoping, that when 2K took publishing duties, that it would get it to the mainstream. So this is technically the next sports franchise, since it's going to be deemed under 2K series. But again, I just want to reiterate that this game has been around for 5+ years. It's been around for a while. This is our first full look at Justin Thomas, who is the cover athlete for PGA Tour 2K21. This also shows the Zurich Classic as shown in the background of this still, which is a tournament held in Louisiana. So we know that TPC Louisiana will be in the game. Here we get the actual title screen. We also have a close-up look at Justin Thomas. Now, one thing that the Golf Club has, I think, always kind of fell short in a little bit is graphically. And it seems like, again, graphically, this game is definitely a little lacking behind, especially other AAA major titles for sports games. The thing you got to remember, though, is HB Studios is a very small team. Even getting 2K as a publisher, I'm sure being the first game that they actually pair up on, I'm sure not a whole lot of new resources have been given to them for a dev team, so it's still a very small studio that is making this game. For the Golf Club standards, this looks pretty good. I mean, it actually looks pretty good. If you were to compare the Golf Club 2019 to this player model here, I think that it looks quite nice. The image of Justin Thomas on the right's a little washed out. Lighting seems to be a little bit of an issue, but overall doesn't look too bad. A nice first shot of the Phoenix Open. which just like last year, we know that TPC Scottsdale is also in the game. But this is a nice shot of it. It does seem, just looking it over, they have done a lot of work with the crowds. It seems like crowds are a little bit more alive now. They weren't like cardboard cutout, but they seemed extremely stiff and not really like understanding what's going on. But this one, it actually looks like a lot of the crowd is like looking towards the tee box. It looks like they have a lot more of a full crowd in the stands. So I think they've done some work with the crowds that we're going to get. Hopefully they're a little bit more dynamic, with their applause and clapping and everything. 'Cause sometimes it kind of took you out of the mood in TGC 19 when like you hit it onto the green and they'd be like, yeah, and then it'd like roll off and skip out into the rough and they're still like, yeah, this is great. So hopefully there was some work done with the crowds, because the crowds definitely kind of took you out of the immersion, I guess is what you could say. So hopefully they did some work on it. But this looks pretty good. It looks like they have the ability to add a lot more of a crowd into some of these big tournaments. We'll have to just see how that plays out. Now here we're going to have our first look at just the golf swing in general. And it looks like it's still the same exact default golf swing that we get in the Golf Club 2019 and previous golf clubs. I don't know. The golf swing has always been a little bit of a bug for me, just because it doesn't feel like an authentic golf swing. It just kind of looks a little choppy. And we get that here as well. But yeah, it looks like the same default golf swing that we've had in the Golf Club 2019. There may be some tweaks. It did look a little bit smoother, I will say. The Golf Club 2019, for some reason, it always looked like it was just a little hitchy to me. Like it just didn't look like a fluid motion. It always seemed a little slow to me as well. But yeah, there's our first look at a little wedge play coming into a green here. Here's a look at the John Deere Classic, played at TPC Deer Run. It seems like it's going to be kind of like last year, where we get a lot of the TPC courses. This is another one of those courses, TPC Deer Run. I saw a lot of people screaming for Augusta. That's just not going to happen. Augusta licensing fees are so ridiculous. There's a reason why it hardly ever shows up in golf games, because it is absolutely astronomically high to get the license from Augusta. But if you are new to this series, this course has a course design function where people can make all sorts of courses that they want. And there are some people who make these courses that are absolute freaks at the game and at designing courses. I'll put a link in the description for a course called Firethorn National. I made a video on it. It is an Augusta remake, and it is very, 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 very good. So you can kind of see what to look forward to. If you've never picked up one of these games, there are courses, real courses that are made by people who have a ton of experience, hundreds upon hundreds of hours in the game, that they're going to be able to bring to this game. I'm guessing it's the same system for course design. What that means is they're just going to be able to import any course that they made, any new tools and features that are added to this game. They're going to be able to, touch it up wherever they would like and repost the course to the new game. So more than likely, we're going to be seeing a lot of those courses come right back into the game quite quickly, usually within the first couple of weeks. So while there might not be official courses, at least not yet, I'm sure we'll get some support after launch. There are designers out there who do a hell of a job in making some of these real life courses. Not going to lie, when I first watched this, I was like, Jason Day, and I was like, no, it's not. But we do have a look here at a Callaway hat. We'll also get a look at a Callaway driver a little bit later. So Callaway has entered the fold, which is good to see. I mean, the more options we get, the better. I thought this looked like a Mizuno blade for a second there, but I don't think it is. I can't quite tell. It might be a Mizuno, actually. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. It looked like a Mizuno blade for a second, but I don't think it is. But Callaway has entered the fold. Here we have a look at hashtag FedEx Cup, the 3M Open. So we have another TPC course. This is TPC Twin Cities. So just like we had last year, it's probably going to be a ton of TPC courses that we're going to get to play. But this is one of them right here for the 3M Open. The FedEx Cup is in. That's going to be part of the career mode. But here is a look, TPC Twin Cities. All right, this next shot, we're going to get a look at Justin Thomas playing out of the bunker, wearing a Titleist hat. So welcome in, Titleist. We also know that Under Armour is in as well, just because the initial video had Under Armour shoes on. So Under Armour is in as well. But here's the Titleist hat. Here's Justin Thomas playing out of a bunker. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just swinging out of the bunker. Here's a shot from the front, and we can get a nice little still on Justin Thomas and his player model. Again, it looks pretty good for golf club. For the golf club, they have never really been hyper realistic like other sports games. So it's pretty good for the golf club. But overall, I would say, and a lot of people will probably say that overall, graphically, it is definitely lacking some. I saw some people say like this game looks like it was made in 2005. I'm guessing that they're young and never played a game in 2005, but this definitely does not look like that. So, in the backdrop, you'll also see the Tour Championship, the PGA Tour Championship. So we know that East Lake Golf Course is also in the game this year. Now, this is a little bit of a nice touch, and you'll see more throughout the video here. But one thing that I always had a gripe with was just your overall player model. Seems kind of lifeless, always stood in place, never really did anything. This is another one of those generic like fist pumps that they always did. It looks like they're going to have a little bit more emotion, which is great. It'll probably be like, by VC for new animations. I hope not. But you'll see here, nice little fist pump. Must have just made something really nice. So good for him. Go him. And it transfers straight into the Valspar Championship and showing off here Copperhead. So Valspar Championship in the game along with the Copperhead course. Justin Thomas teeing off. Wish there was more crowds. This seems a little weak, but there is a gigantic crowd at the end here. So again, I hope there was a little bit more of crowd work this year. We'll just have to wait to see what happens. We have a shot here of a player model just kind of walking up to the green. We also have a shot of the players, which we already knew that it was going to be in the game because we got that on the first trailer. We knew that TPC Sawgrass was going to be back as well. So here's a look at the Players Championship. Another look at Justin Thomas for the Zurich Classic. It's saying gear up. This is a nice shot. I actually like this shot a lot. It's like a ball cam, but looking back at the golfer. Overall, I mean, I think it looks good. I mean, I really do. I think it looks good. One thing that I always liked is just the overall course design that you got within TGC or the golf club. Sorry, the golf club. And it looks like they've just kind of like built upon that. Some adding a lot more textures. The grass actually looks a lot better. Everything looks pretty good. But yeah, here's just a shot of Justin Thomas as the ball goes flying away from him. It also looks like they did a little bit of work on shadowing too. The shadows got a little jaggy every once in a while, but this looks very crisp and clean and outlines the tree almost perfectly. Looks like they've definitely done some work, at least graphically, in some instances for the golf club, which is always welcome. I mean, this is just a great shot, period. Flashes on the water. You get a full look at the course. Crowds that have gathered for tee off and along the fairway. This is a great shot right here. Here's a man wearing the Adidas get up, Adidas out of his freaking mind. But welcome to the fold, Adidas. Just another apparel company that we get, and I'll take the more the merrier. The more customization we have, the better. The better. It also looks here. It also looks like maybe a new grip of some sort. I have never seen a grip like this. I don't think there's one on Golf Club 2019. But if we get any customization to the clubs too, like I said, we're going to see a Callaway driver at some point during this as well. Any customization to the clubs as well, if you could change like all the colors, all the grips, all the heads, all that stuff, I think that would be great as well. Got to zoom in on it. Let everybody know, hey, Adidas. Here's a look at the Callaway driver. So Callaway, welcome. Valspar again. So Callaway's here. Nice dimples on the ball. I like that. Nice touch. Again, graphically. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, Golf Club's never been one that's taken any leaps and bounds graphically. It might take it when it hops to next gen. Especially if with 2K, this may become an annual installment of a golf game. If they're talking about a golf franchise like they are, it could see an annual release. So we might be seeing it just every August. So the next gen version of this game could be as early as next August. Here it's going to cycle through just some different outfits just to kind of show you the variety that you can get. All looks pretty good. And also here we have a look at a Ben Hogan putter. So we know that Ben Hogan golf will be in the game as well, as we get a nice little look at a Ben Hogan putter here. Looks good. Grab your clubs. I will grab my clubs. This is where you'll find me most of the time. So I'm glad that they're showing me out on the course. But here he is behind a tree, drawing the sucker in. Doesn't hit the tree, so good job on you with that golf swing, buddy. But they just show him kind of drawing it in as the ball is coming. Challenge the pros. Maybe I will. Here's another look at Justin Thomas. I really like this shot where the club is 3 feet past the ball. Ball's in left hand. But anyways, here's Justin Thomas, fairway wood, just striking it true. Another shot of him and his entire player model. And like I said, it looks good with the golf club. Doesn't look too bad. Here's a live look at a character that I want to make right here. Cowboy Jim coming in hot in the new era. This just shows a little bit more of the customization that you can do. I mean, you could do kind of all this stuff in 2019. You could make orange gloves if you wanted. They had a nice customization option for colors, at least. He's wearing the polo cowboy hat. This outfit's ridiculous, and I love it. It does look like we have a little bit customization to the club shafts and to the grips as well, kind of like how we did last year. I just hope that there's more, choices for just designs and actual like makers and things of that nature. But this just shows a little bit more of the customization that you can get within the golf club. Also, another thing, and stuff you didn't see ever. People were usually very just, I don't know. They kind of seemed just lifeless at times. But it looks like he just hit a pretty good shot, and he's actually pretty pumped about it. So he's like walking up towards his ball. Fist pumping away. I do like to see that. Characters in past golf clubs, like I said, have been very they just seem dead. They would like fist pump and go, yeah, like they didn't really have any emotion, but I do like to see this guy just walking down and fist pumping. I just feel like that's a nice little addition to the game, honestly. Another look, we have the golf club emblem. So there might be golf club apparel just to kind of give a nod back to the golf club. This is the HB Studios logo. But this is just some more customization you could do. Nice golf club grip here. I do like this two-toned color. This looks pretty good. And the crowd behind also looks pretty good as well. There's some clapping going on. People are really excited with what's happening. Oh, here's the big one. Here's the big one I was talking about. He just made a big putt. Look at him go. Yeah, dude. This was seriously one of my gripes with a past golf clubs was just there was no life in your golfer. So this is really nice to see. He is getting real pumped. Here we go. They're showing the all-new career mode, although they don't really show too much about it, but there's an all-new career mode, so that should be quite exciting, featuring the PGA Tour. Here's another shot. You would never see crowds like this in the golf club, in the old golf club. It looks like they have added a lot more atmosphere to the game. This looks very, very, very good. Are the crowd, 10 out of 10 best graphics you've ever seen? No, not at all. But adding at least more of a crowd, kind of give you that atmosphere of an actual golf tournament, is really nice to see. And I hope that it pans out just with the overall sound design for these fans. But you'd never see crowds like this in any past golf club. So this is a nice little addition to see with the game as well. There's a nice pan here too. Good putt. Yeah, good putt. And right at the end, you see a little bit more of the golfer get a little freaking pumped up, which I love. Give me that emotion. Favorite tournaments, we've already gone through a few of them already. More pump. He's jacked up. He's moving towards the ball. All sorts of ecstatic about what just happened. Yeah, give me the emotion. This is overkill, and I love it. He's getting real fucking pumped, dude. Another shot, the Tour Championship players, TPC Deer Run, Zurich Classic, race to win the FedEx Cup, like in the PGA Tour. Yep, hashtag FedEx Cup. Gotta look at the Valero Texas Open, another TPC course, TPC San Antonio that we have as well. Just kind of keeping up with everything that's happening. We have TPC San Antonio as well. Valero Texas Open. A lot of TPC courses. Ton of them. Nice little flop shot going on here. Out of the bunker. Look good, look good. Ultimate Dream courses. Again, this kind of ties back into the course designer. It is back. So we're going to have all of the courses that we want to play and love and enjoy. Super excited for that. I don't know if you could do this in the last one, as I'm not really a course designer, but you can add motherfucking kangaroos. So, yay. You can add bees to kill everybody on the course. So, yep. Alligator, crocodile, I don't know the difference, but you can add those. Some swans in the background. You could do a bit here. You can add a bit. I don't know if you could do this in past games, but you can here. So, all right, the next thing that I thought was kind of funny is backspin with your buddies. So, one of the big gripes that people had with the Golf Club 2019 were spin rates, like being able to stick the ball on the green. The balls definitely rolled out a lot. They did a lot of work with them after an update once the game released. When the game first came out, though, the roll was really bad. They made it a little bit better to stick, but honestly, unless you were on soft greens, you could hardly ever stick the ball. Unless you were using like a sand wedge, gap wedge, pitching wedge even sometimes didn't even stick that well. So I'm hoping that this is a little bit of a nod to golf club players who didn't really like the way that balls stuck in the current and past gen games. Maybe this is a little bit of a nod saying like, hey, you're going to be able to actually stick the ball on the green. I mean, time will tell. We didn't get really too much gameplay. We just got these kind of like quick painting shots. But we'll see. We'll see what this actually means to the golf club, or sorry, PGA Tour 2K21. We'll see. He's in a bad spot, by the way. This is a hard knock life in here. Hard knock life. Here's showing the course editor some and what you can do with it, making an impossible green surrounded by a bunker. So if you want, you can go in and make this course. I'm sure somebody has. Never know. Another look at the players here. Nice little uphill putt. I don't think he made it. Maybe he did because he is super pumped. Another look at Justin Thomas. Got his polo, got his shoes, got his Titleist hat on, got his club in hand, and he is pumped. Golf got game. Dude, I love this. The emotion, it looks like they've done some work on facial expressions too. I am all for all of this. And finally, it ends with Justin Thomas on the cover, Titleist on the hat, PGA Tour 2K21 coming August 21st. And one thing, because they didn't show it in the last one, 2K's publisher, it's on PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, Stadia, also on Steam. So it is confirmed. I was a little worried there for a second because they didn't show it, but it is available on Steam. Hallelujah. They do show two versions of the game, which I'll get into here in a second once we head over to the website. But yeah, that's the overall trailer. We got quite a bit of information in that trailer. Not a whole lot of like overall gameplay stuff, but I think it's more meant to be kind of a first look. The game doesn't come out till August, so I'm sure we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff leading up to that. They'll probably announce all the golfers. They'll probably announce all the courses that are available, all the gameplay improvements. Hopefully, they give us gameplay improvements as compared to the golf club. Hopefully, they don't just like tout it as all new stuff. I would like some comparisons as to what we're going to get like with the golf club. But overall, the trailer, not bad. Was it everything I wanted? No. I mean, I wish there would have been actual a little bit more gameplay, but this is more of like a teaser announcement trailer than anything. More information, I'm sure, is to come throughout the coming weeks and months. If you do want to buy pre-order, there is a pre-order bundle pack that you can get, 2K and Adidas. So you get all of the Adidas apparel for your My Player, if that sounds familiar. But yeah, there's just a look at what you get if you do pre-order the game. Now, let's move over to the website. We got PGA Tour 2K21. They have updated the website entirely, saying it's coming in August 21st. Let's take a look at what it says for Show Me the Features. One thing that I will say is play against the pros. I actually had a conversation with somebody on Twitter yesterday. I think you are actually not going to be able to play as any of the pros. You can play against them, but I don't think you're going to be able to play as them. I'm hoping that the pros will all have their own, unique skills of some sort. Like, if let's say Brooks Koepka's in the game or John Rahm, hopefully they come out there and absolutely fucking annihilate balls 700 yards because that's just what they're known for. Things of that nature. Hopefully it's not the same. You can only hit it 285 yards. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens with that. But it just says play against the pros or play with your crew. So I'm actually thinking that we are not going to be able to play as the pros. Just probably play against them. Maybe not even a play now. Maybe only in the career mode. But time will tell as we watch. Time will tell. And it does say here the all-new PGA Tour career mode. There was a PGA Tour career mode in 2019. It got pretty stale pretty fast. But we'll see what this all-new PGA Tour career mode entails. It's going to lead all the way up to being a FedEx Cup championship or FedEx Cup champion. It would be interesting to see, start like earlier in a career because before it just kind of like just dropped you off Q school, like, hey, go get your amateur card kind of thing. If we could get something, like start in college, win some amateur tourneys or win a college championship or something of that nature and just kind of like work your way up even more. I think that'd be fun, but we'll have to just wait and see. I'm sure we'll get a dev diary of some sort. Real pros, real courses, play against Justin Thomas and 11 top pros. So Justin Thomas and 11 others. So we are going to get 11 other pros along with Justin Thomas. It does say 11 of the top pros. And I have been hearing whisperings that even though like Tiger Woods and the Rory McIlroy games aren't around anymore, we still might not be able to use them because they still might technically be under contract with EA. I don't know if there's any truth to that. It was just kind of like the rumblings that were going around on a couple of forums that I was reading. So we'll have to see if that's the case. If that is the case, then we're going to be missing out on quite a few people. Dustin Johnson, Ricky Fowler won't be there. Rory McIlroy, of course, Tiger Woods, which I don't think we'd see Rory McIlroy or Tiger Woods in these games, honestly, just because of, maybe past affiliations with EA. But I would like to see, Dustin Johnson would be great. Ricky Fowler would be great. Koepka, I think, gets into the game for sure. Xander Schauffele would be good. Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, Bryson DeChambeau. John Rahm, I think, would be a ton of fun. There's a whole lot of pros that they could get in this game. I'm thinking 11 top pros is probably just pros. Be my guess within the top 50. But I'm sure we'll get different, one of the pros will probably tweet something out that'll get retweeted, and that's how they'll probably announce that they're in the game or something of that nature. But we're going to get Justin Thomas and 11 other pros in the game. And who knows? They may give us, actual real player names like on leaderboards, but not the actual pros to play against, like on the course with motion caption and all of that jazz. So we'll just have to wait and see what the PGA Tour career holds. But there are 12 pros in the game, which isn't bad for the first iteration of this new 2K and having the PGA Tour license. 12 pros is better than none and better than only Justin Thomas. So I'll take 12 pros. Here it says build your My Player and Dream Course. Create and personalize using My Player with equipment and apparel from brands you love. Design your ultimate course with thousands of custom options. So course designer coming back. Build your My Player. Not sure what that means. If it just means to create what they look like and what they're wearing, or whenever I hear My Player, I think of NBA 2K. Are we going to get like a skill system where you have to, put points into driving and putting and distance and recovery and things like that? Time will tell. Time will tell. I wouldn't mind if they had just like a set system, like, you get 100 points, put into whatever you want kind of thing. If they had something of that nature, I actually wouldn't mind that. It gives you some creativity, and it helps you build on weaknesses. So, like if recovery is a weakness of yours, you can put more points in it, just to kind of make up for the fact that you're not that good at it. Things like that. I think that would be a nice touch. But when I see my player, that's exactly what I think. Are we going to get that? Maybe. I mean, if it was just in career mode, that would be cool. If they do make it game wide, hopefully, again, they can make it fair. Hopefully, they keep the TGC tours in mind, because while these games are a lot of fun, and I'm sure the career mode's going to be great, TGC tours is what's going to keep me interested in these games long term. So as long as they can keep all of that in mind when making this, that would be greatly appreciated. All right, hit the clubhouse without leaving the house. So you hit the links with friends and local and online multiplayer, including alt shot, stroke play, skins, and 4-player scrambles. So that gives you an idea of what all modes will be in here. Run full season in terms like a boss with online societies. Online societies are back. I'm sure they're going to be making some adjustments to it of some sort. But online societies are back. Yes, give them to me. Shove them in my face. I love the online societies and that whole entire process and game mode that they have. Courses that keep it real using real world scanning, so they're probably using lidar of some sort. I'm not sure what they're using, but they're just saying that they've gone through all of the real life courses that they have in this game, have all been scanned and used for realism, which isn't surprising if you're going to put it in the game. I'd hope that you would do that. And Luke Elvey and Rich Beam calling the shots, so no more John. I hope he makes a cameo of some sort at some point in time. I need him to. But there was the announcer for the old golf club games, John. He was like that friend who tells you that you're a pile of shit at golf. And he just frustrates you all the time. But sometimes he'd be like, dude, that was a great shot. Good job. Other times it'd just be like, wow, you really suck, huh? I don't know. He was fun to listen to for, the first couple of months. It got repetitive like most sports games do with their commentary. But we'll see what Luke Elvey and Rich Beam bring. There hasn't been like a true like shot by shot broadcast team in the golf club. It's always been, John just kind of being like, hey man, great shot. You did good. Oh, wow, you left that pretty well. So having an actual broadcast team will hopefully add a little bit of atmosphere. I know I use that word a lot, but a little bit of atmosphere to the rounds that you're shooting. And here's a look at Standard Edition. Like we shown earlier, you get some Adidas clothing. You can also get a Digital Deluxe. You get the base game. You get the pre-order bonus. You get a bonus of 2,300 currency, which I'm guessing is going to be VC. And then you also get the Golden Touch Pack, which is hit the golf course and swing with class using a Golden Touch Pack, included Digital Ducks. Yep, this pack features a gold-plated putter and gold-plated 10.5 driver that'll turn heads while you dominate the green. So that's the overall features. But they also do have some more information here. Developed by HP Studios, thank you. Will serve up real pros and real courses, including 15 licensed PGA Tour courses. 15 at launch is very good, and I'm sure we'll get some form of content after launch. But 15 courses to start us off. Sign me up for that. And of course, we have the designers in the game still, who are going to be putting out a ton of courses as well. A lot of these courses are done very, very well. So I'm sure we'll never run out. I still haven't ran out of courses to play in PGA Tour 2019, or whatever the hell it is. Golf Club 2019. Forgot the name of it for a second. Golf Club 2019. I still haven't ran out of courses to play on that game, and it's been out for years now. So we'll never run out of courses, honestly. You don't. You can play real ones. There's good fictional ones as well. The course designer is great, and the people who make the courses are absolutely spectacular. Here it says again, Justin Thomas and 11 other pros. You can also swing with swag. Swag is a great personnel, your very own My Players, with equipment and apparel from licensed brands. So Adidas, we know. Polo, Mulbon Golf, Callaway, Bridgestone. I think there was a Bridgestone golf ball earlier, and TaylorMade as well. TaylorMade is in the game, and much more. We also saw Ben Hogan Golf. So there are a good amount of brands in the game too, which is good. More customization, the better. And looking over it, it looks like VC is going to be used just to unlock, equipment and apparel customization. Hopefully that's the case. Not like, I'm going to boost my player or whatever the the hell it is. Hopefully they don't have any of that. Keep that out of the game. If it's purely cosmetic, though, we're in the age of microtransactions. It's going to be in the game. Hopefully they can give it just to presentation, please, and thank you. Here it goes into, again, Luke Elvey and analyst Rich Beam, keeping it real as they call your shots. I don't know what keeping it real is. Probably John level keeping it real. We'll have to see. State-of-the-art graphics. Don't know about that. Dynamic cutscenes, though, and a seamless replay system. I'm interested to see what that is. We don't really have dynamic cutscenes now. It's pretty much just you hit the ball, it lands, the screen goes black, it comes back, and you're at your ball. Like, that's literally all it is. So any form of presentation in this game is welcomed, because right now there is no presentation. It shows like the leaderboard every once in a while. Like, that's pretty much it. So any form of presentation would be good, and I'm happy to see that. We'll have to see what dynamic cutscenes and a seamless replay system actually mean. Here, this is actually a really nice touch too. I feel like it has always been kind of lacking in the golf club, but rookies can master the $1 million swing with real-time tutorials. I'm not sure what real-time tutorials entails. Hopefully, it's actually giving like real-time feedback and maybe something to kind of help you on the green. So, like, if you're looking at a putt, it kind of walks you through, like, oh, what this putt's going to do, how hard you need to hit it, it's downhill, you need to do this. Things of that nature. I think it's always been lacking somewhat, which is probably why, like, one of my best videos I've ever done is, like, giving golf club tips, because golf club is not an easy game. By any stretch of the imagination, the golf club is not an easy game. And it's impossible to master it. I still haven't mastered the game. Honestly, there's a handful of people who have actually mastered the game and just put up insane scores no matter where they're playing. It doesn't matter. But this game is very, very challenging, and hopefully having some form of a tutorial or something of that nature will kind of keep casual fans around, because I feel like the more casual you are, probably the more this game is going to turn you off. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what they do with the tutorials, tips, shot suggestions, things of that nature. But just stick to it. The more you play, the better you get. Honestly, the more you play, the better you get. So if you just stick to it, it's very rewarding in the end. When you put up that great round that you've been striving for months. Just got to stick to it, though. This is a little worrisome, but it says, while veterans dominate the dance floor with pro vision. No idea what that means, but pro vision? Okay. Distance control? Putt preview? Nope. Gonna turn that off instantly, but putt preview and more. I like how they put these words in, and I have no idea what this means. We have pro vision, distance control, and putt preview. We'll see what the hell that means. I don't really know. We'll see. And yeah, that is pretty much it. That sums up what we got today on the PGA Tour 2K21 announcement. A lot of information we just went over. I would say I'm excited. I am. I would say I'm excited. I mean, a new golf game's always welcome. I do like 15 courses. I do like that we have some form of a presentation now. We'll see what the career mode entails. But if that can kind of keep me going for a couple of months, just while probably everything mitigates over to the new PGA Tour 2K21 through the TGC Tours, that would be most welcomed. But I'm excited to get out on the course August 21st. I mean, this will be a day one purchase, no matter what. I make a ton of golf game content, so we'll be getting it. That's for sure. We got Tour Pros, though. We got some good courses. We have increased customization. Those are all things that I wanted. We have some emotion out of the actual player. We have a broadcast team now. I'm very excited for. The big things are yet to come, though. Like, what does the career mode entail? Will we have, like, my player skill? Or is it going to be like past golf clubs where, everybody played the same, no matter what? If you're using the same club set, you drove the same, you had the same distances, you had the same spins, you had the same everything. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. But that's everything. That's PGA Tour 2K21 that we got today. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts? And what are you looking for? What are you hoping from the game when it drops August 21st? Again, every time that they give updates, I will be bringing them to you here. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like it or even think about subscribing. I'll be giving some up-to-date videos as soon as new information is made available. If there's a dev diary, anything of that nature, I will be posting my thoughts and updates here on this channel. So if you're looking for PGA Tour 2K21 news, you can find it right here. I also have thousands of hours put into prior golf club games. If you have any questions about golf club games, just let me know. If you want to see what the golf club looks like on current gen, I have a ton of videos that are up on this YouTube. So if you want to check those out, you can just go back through my catalog. There's a ton of rounds. I've put a ton of rounds up. I don't even know what we're at now. Probably 160 rounds of golf, I would say, at least. I also stream live over at twitch.tv/RespawnTV. If you want to catch the live side of things, you can catch me over there Monday through Friday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I will be back. As soon as more information is made available, I will be right back here giving you all of the news. Thank you for watching, though. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and we'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.